Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to step into a world where every decision can change the fate of an entire kingdom? A world where honor is tested, loyalty is never guaranteed, and every chapter leaves you questioning who will survive next. That's exactly what you'll experience in A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This isn't just another fantasy story filled with castles and dragons. It's an unforgettable journey into a world that feels completely real. Every kingdom has its own politics. Every family has its own secrets. Every character has dreams, fears, strengths, and flaws that make them feel like real people instead of fictional heroes. What makes this audiobook so powerful is the way it pulls you into the story. Instead of simply reading names and places, you're surrounded by voices, emotions, and conversations that make Westeros come alive. Whether you're driving to work, exercising, or relaxing at home, it feels like you're standing beside the characters as history unfolds around them. One of the greatest strengths of A Game of Thrones is that nobody is completely safe. Every decision has consequences. Every alliance comes with a price. The story constantly challenges your expectations, making it almost impossible to predict what happens next. That sense of uncertainty is what keeps millions of listeners hooked from beginning to end. Even if you've watched the television series, the audiobook offers a much richer experience. You'll discover deeper character motivations, political strategies, hidden conversations, and world building that simply couldn't fit on screen. Many fans say listening to the audiobook gave them a completely new appreciation for the story. George R.R. Martin writes with incredible detail, creating a world that feels alive from the icy lands beyond the wall to the halls of powerful kings. Instead of rushing from one battle to another, he carefully builds relationships, rivalries, and mysteries that grow more compelling with every chapter. If you enjoy epic fantasy, political intrigue, unforgettable characters, shocking twists, and stories that stay with you long after you finish listening, this audiobook deserves a place at the top of your list. There is a reason A Game of Thrones became one of the most celebrated fantasy novels ever written. It's not simply about who sits on a throne. It's about ambition, family, survival, sacrifice, and the difficult choices that define who we become. If you've been searching for an audiobook that completely immerses you in another world and keeps you thinking about it long after each listening session ends, this is the one. Start listening today with a free audiobook trial using the link in the description. Once you enter the world of Westeros, you'll understand why millions of readers and listeners have fallen in love with this legendary epic.